Welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're having a good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this video. So, I feel like we talk about Grand Cross dying slash is dead every other month. I literally feel like we always talk about this like every other month. And to be completely honest with you, I'm not even gonna try and gas it. I'm not gonna blow it out of proportion. Grand Cross is fine. The game itself questionable, but I believe the game has a big player base that it is actually okay right now. Now, if you hear a little bit of noise, I did get an AC, so it might be loud. I don't know. I'm literally recording for the first time with this AC, so let me know. But yeah, this game, I think the player base has I think it has a good impact on the game. Now, as far as content goes, right? So a lot of the discussion has been about the content inside of Grand Cross itself. And to be completely honest with you, the content is kind of dry. There's a lot of ways to burn yourself quickly, right? Burn yourself out of this game quickly. And it is a very, I want to say, PvP oriented type game because let's be real, the main focus of units sometimes is PvP. Not only can passives be directed towards PvP, most of the times when we take a look at a unit and how good they are, it is based upon how good they perform in PvP. So it is a PvP oriented game. That's not to say they don't have PvE content. They do. They actually do have a decent amount of PvE content. But the fact of the matter is it's repetitive, right? It is repetitive content. So if we look at all of this stuff, let's just click on it. For example, we got the training dungeon. The training dungeon is repetitive as hell. You go ahead and you do all the stuff you need to do, and then you leave, right? You get, engravement stones, hammers, anvils, keys, etc., and then you go. This hasn't been updated since it dropped, and it honestly is kind of boring. If you don't have teams to beat this like really easily, I don't know what you're doing, but the training cave used to be very, very hard. Now it's really easy. Like, it's honestly one of the simplest pieces of content, I guess you could say, for a mid slash experienced player, right? It is pretty easy. Then we got Tower Trials. So the new Tower Trials can be difficult, but it was made very poorly. I think the design is very lazy. They could have did a lot more with this stuff, right? They gave us hidden passes, and it's like, oh, okay, cool, but that's not really fun. Now we just gotta try and figure out what the hell the passive is while remembering all the stuff that the enemies do and whatnot. So it is kind of annoying. I think they could have did better with that. But yeah, so we also have the old Tower Trials for a little bit on global here. So this is gonna be for, I think, two or three more Tower Trials, and then this is gone forever, right? So after we get the remaining seasons that JP got, this is gone for good. So keep in mind, we only have two or three more of those towers, and then it's gone forever. So I just want to make that very, very clear. As far as that goes, we also have the knighthood. We also have the guild boss, but that's not all that fun. It can be fun depending if you like that kind of content, right? It can be very, very fun. I myself, I don't really find it all that thrilling, enticing, whatever you want to call it, right? I just don't. I really just don't find it all that amusing. Now, Deathmatch. Deathmatch is a very, very crucial part of the game. You do need to farm up demons in order to awaken your units. Especially with level 90 coming out, you're going to need to do Gray and Crimson Demon. So keep that in mind. But this is very repetitive as well. You get here, you do your 6 daily demons, and that's it. Sure, you could join with a friend. I'm not saying you couldn't. You could join with a friend, but it's kind of just Like, it's not really all that fun, all that, all that is cranked up to be. So, yeah, Deathmatch is kind of, boring as well. There really isn't too much fun, PvE content to do. Again, this is a PvP oriented game. No matter how you want to say it, you know what I mean? It is a PvP oriented game. Final boss only comes around maybe every month, sometimes more. So keep that in mind as well. We do have Gila and Jericho final boss. We should be getting Melaskila and Gallon. I hope we get that when, you know, Festival Zeldris drops, because that'd be very amazing, right? If we could get them when Festival Zeldris does drop, that'd be very, very good. But yeah, so for right now, I mean, final boss, it's very easy to get the rewards, to farm it up. I mean, look, I'm in top 0.96%. It's very easy. It's not hard at all. And then you want to go ahead and get all the stuff you need to get in the shop. I haven't even really farmed this like at all. I really haven't farmed this. I'll last minute farm, of course, right? But otherwise, it's really not appealing, like at all. They do, I believe, need to update the final boss in rotations. Like, I've been seeing a lot of people say that they should do rotations of final boss like every 2 to 3 weeks, and I completely agree. They do need to do something with final boss rather than make it like every month or every like 2 months. They do need to make it in rotation. I think that would be great. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. Same thing with this new Tower Trials. If they're gonna update Tower Trials, it needs to be every other, you know, like 2 or 3 weeks. It can't be every month or two. Like, it's insane. Especially with the amount of rewards, I don't think it's worth it, to be honest. I think they should just make it to, you know, update it to, you know, 2 or 3 times a week. So we'll see what they do with that. But again, PvP is the main focus, and the problem with PvP... wait, hold on. Before I get to PvP, let's talk about Fort Solgris. So Fort Solgris, I think, honestly, the concept of Fort Solgris is fine. I am personally on the, you know, on the side that they should probably let us do this without keys. It should just cost stamina. I don't see what the problem with that is. I think having us, you know, waste our stamina on this is fine. Same thing with Broken Clock Tower. I actually think Broken Clock Tower for the anvils is good. I think this is actually a-okay. It's just boring. Like, you don't want to sit here and manually play this. You do want to, you know, auto it. Sometimes auto runs can vary from whatever team you run, whatever equipment you have on them. But, yeah, I think it's very good. I just think that it's boring, right? I just think it's very, very boring. But I do think they should make the, you know, the Spire have stamina instead of keys. I do think they should update that. They probably will eventually, but... yeah. Otherwise, I think it's okay. Like, no one really like farms this as much anymore. If you're new and beginning, it is good. But for people who have their rank at 80, and then once they increase this to, I'm assuming it'll be 100, right? Then it'll probably be farmed again. But otherwise, it's really not that crazy. And then the gold is all right. You just want to wait for specific days. Like this weekend is good to farm because it's double gold and have stamina. So make sure you do that. But yeah, PvP, right? So let's talk about PvP. Like I said, PvP is a main aspect of the game. That's just how it is, right? Point blank, period. PvP is a very, very crucial aspect of this game. Not only does Ungeared give you gems, but Geared gives you, you know, the required currency to buy stuff in the final shop fight, right? Or the Fight Festival shop. Now, if we go ahead and we'll just go ahead and to the fight, Fight Festival shop, let's look at it. So they updated this, and I don't think it was necessarily the best update, but I think it could have been, worse, in my honest opinion. I think it could have been worse. Now, the tickets, they're bugging. They're absolutely bugging with the tickets. I think at this point in the game, the tickets aren't really all that, right? They're not really all that, especially when they're going to be making a Part 3 banner soon enough. So I do think that they're bugging with the ticket cost, but everything else, I actually think it's not the worst thing ever. They could have easily made this instead of 6,000, 3,000, and then also 6,000 for here. They could have made this like 4,000, but it is what it is, right? We can't change that. But I think it could have been a lot worse. Now, obviously, I would say save these. You don't really need to purchase any of the stuff in here, to be honest, because every single, besides super waiting coins, everything else in the shop you can pretty much get easily, right? If you just play the game. Super waiting coins kind of rare nowadays because of the fact that Old Tower Trials on JP is gone. Now they have the farming stage for it, which is terrible, by the way. Don't farm Super Awakening coins. They're terrible. But yeah, so this hasn't been updated since the start of the game for the weapons, and I don't ever think it will be. To be completely honest with y'all, I don't think it ever will be again. But we'll see. Sometimes they do surprise us. But yeah, I just personally think that these are just for older units. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, it hasn't been updated since the start of the game for like the weapons, the weapons and the equipment and stuff like that. And the miscellaneous stuff did get updated, but it wasn't the best. Also, it wasn't the worst. I'm my honest opinion, right? So yeah, but they can update the rewards for what you get for PvP. I don't know why they don't. I don't know what the hell they're thinking, but I do think that it is like it's not that big of a deal if they want to go ahead and increase it, because look, you got champions 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So the weekly reward, I don't see what's so wrong about upping this to like 90, right? Just add 30 more gems. Like 90 would be fine. You make this I don't know. You want to make this like 70, then you could make this easily like 66, right? Something. Just update it. There's no reason for it to still be the same rewards as it was on JP 2 years ago, and then on global like over a year. So they should update this. I think they. I don't know. I want to say I think they will, but who knows what anymore with Netmarble, honestly. But yeah, I mean, as far as the game goes, guys, I don't think Grand Cross is going anywhere. I do think they need to seriously sit down and talk about the development of this game and the future of this game if they want it to compete with the market in the future. But as far as like the longevity of the game, we'll see, because honestly, I do think the player base is fine. Fine enough that the game will last, because we just will keep dumping our money, summoning on banners, etc. Right? I think it's absolutely okay for where it's at right now. So don't worry about the game dying. Again, I'm not jumping on the bandwagon saying it's gonna be dead, or oh my god, like we need to quit now before it's too late. No, it's fine, right? Every mobile game has its lifespan, and if Seven Deadly Sins ends within the next like year or so, it is what it is. You can't change that, right? It had its time, and then it'll end. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, and as always, I'll see you guys next time.